Hey guys, Mark Devlin here, Higher Grounds Coffee Company. Thanks a lot for your orders and being a customer of Higher Grounds, Mr. and Miss Cannon. Robert, I know your first name only because it's on the credit card that I'm looking for, but Miss Cannon, I apologize. I know I've met you before and I've been out there to deliver, but I don't know it, so I'll just call you guys if that's okay. Welcome to our roasting lab, our little micro roastery. Behind me, you're going to see that there's three 2-pound micro roasters here. And the reason that micro roasters are so good for us is this enables us to cook on demand. So we don't cook coffee or roast coffee in those big 25, 50-pound, 100-pound lots. And essentially, you get it anyway it comes out of the roaster. We have your profile programmed into each of these roasters. And tonight I'm going to in for a treat here. I'm going to roast your African Winds Bold, but then I'm going to come back on and I'm going to actually flavor the coffee for you to show you how that's done. So I've already roasted up the coffee that's going to be the base of your flavor. So right now I'm going to roast up the other half of your African Winds, which is the Ethiopian Yirgacheffe. See, African Winds is Ethiopian Yirgacheffe and Costa Rican Tarrazu. So I've already cooked that. So right now, I'm just going to bring you through cooking the Ethiopian Yirgacheffe. So let's go. So the first thing is taking off what they call the chaff collector. This is a 3-part lid that actually catches the skin of the bean when it's cooked. Coffee still has a little skin on it, very similar to a peanut. And after you cook it and it goes into the roasting, it actually is caught up in here so that skin doesn't go back into the coffee that you drink. So I'll place this right back here and take off the clear chamber. This roasting chamber, as you can see, is kind of clear underneath. And this is where the air is going to blow up through here with the coffee beans inside. And as heat is introduced, the air agitates those beans so it actually roasts very uniform. So let's go ahead and put some beans in here. You can see down here all the barrels. These are our different origins and different green coffee beans. So with the Ethiopian Yirgacheffe, and this holds 1 pound, by the way, of green coffee, this little canister. So that's 1, 2. So right here is 2 pounds of green coffee. Now notice where this level is here, because after I get it off the roaster when it's already cooked, you're going to notice something that's kind of cool here, that level will go up to here, and there's a reason behind that. So we'll put that up into here, put the lid back on, and just before I hit, what happened, the Ethiopian Yirgacheffe, just let me tell you a little bit about the origins that you ordered. Costa Rican Tarrazu is probably one of the finest coffees from that growing region. The Tarrazu is a particular growing region within the Costa Rica, the islands of Costa Rica. To me and to other coffee roasters, it probably has the best balance of flavor, acidity, body. It's just a nice, clean, crisp cup of coffee. Now, Ethiopian Yirgacheffe is a very exquisite bean. The original Arabica bean got its start in Ethiopia, so it's actually the father of Arabica beans. And the Ethiopian Yirgacheffe is one of the best beans from that region in that it's wet processed, which it's actually a wet and a dry process, and it sounds kind of confusing, but basically they dry out the cherry and let that cherry kind of ferment, and then they bring it through a wet process and introduce water, and it gets all the pulp off that seed, and the seed actually becomes green coffee bean. That's opposed to a lot of the coffee down in the African regions that they do not use water to do the processing, obviously because Africa doesn't have a lot of water, and a lot of those countries can't afford the water to wash the coffee. But this is a fully washed Ethiopian Yirgacheffe. Gonna love it. It's great. It's a heavier body than the Costa Rican Tarrazu, but it has hints of chocolate, melons. It's just a really, really good coffee. So we're gonna mix the two, and that's what your African Winds are. So crank it up. There it goes. And what I'll do is I'm going to stop here. This is going to take probably about 20 minutes from beginning to end. I'll come back on, and when I do, I'll actually flavor your I think you ordered hazelnut. I'll flavor that for you. So again, thanks a lot for your business. See you in about 20 minutes.